Well, good morning everyone and welcome to the Royal Commonwealth Pool here in Edinburgh. We are here for day one, session one of the Edinburgh International Meet 2022. Pool right here in Edinburgh, looking great as always. My name's Paul Noble. I'll be taking you through the action for this morning's session. I'm looking forward to a good day of action. Number of big star names that are due to take the start this morning. Many Olympians from last year in Tokyo, many Paralympians as well also taking the start here. No specific para events, but we'll see a few Paralympians as we go through the programme. Here's a session for this morning. We start off with one of the longest event in the pool, the men's 1500 freestyle. That'll kick us off. Women's backstroke will follow them, followed by the 100 backstroke for men. Women's 200 metres butterfly. A good contest in that one. 200 freestyle, well, lots of big names due to take the start here. Olympic gold and silver medalists. I've seen them around the poolside this morning already. So they'll be hoping to make an impression in that 200 freestyle. Women's 50 freestyle, short and sharp. They'll start at the 50 metre end of the pool, as will the men's 50 metres butterfly. Women's 400 freestyle late in the programme as well. A couple of good distance swimmers taking the start in that one. The men's 200 breaststroke, always a strong event for British swimmers. Towards the end of the programme, we finish off with the women's 100 breaststroke and the men's 200 metres individual medley. So, packed programme should take us, round about 2.5, maybe 3 hours, I think they're scheduled for this morning. So sit back and enjoy the action as we are about to get underway for the very first event, which is the 1500 freestyle. So there's two heats of this one. And this is the first heat. We're not going to see the second heat. The second heat will be in the final. But the times, obviously, from the two heats will be compared and the medals will be handed out to the fastest. But you would expect the medals to go to those swimmers in the second heat, but you never know. Someone might make an impression in this first heat. So just looking down the pool, looks like the 8 swimmers are all ready to go. In terms of qualifications for finals, the 1500, as is customary, there'll be no qualification for that one. Just the one and only chance that the swimmers have to post a time here in the heats. For the other events, they'll be trying to progress into the top 8. Fastest top 8 from each of the events will go to the A final. The next 8 will go to the B final. Also a chance for junior swimmers to qualify for a junior final in the final session this evening. But the 1500 freestyle, event 1 is underway. And right down at the bottom, as we look at it on your screen, lane 1 is at the bottom of the screen, lane 8 is at the top. So lane 1, we have Elliot Sibley from Nova Centurion. We have Yoav Romano in lane 2 from Israel. We have Thomas Sampson from Swim England going in lane 3. Joshua Weston from Swim England goes in lane number 4. Joseph Kingsland from Nova Centurion in 5. Rhys Grady from Swim England in 6. And Alex Cooper from Swim England in 7. With Luke Hornsey from East Lothian going in lane number 8. So it looks through that first 100. Really almost going to in accordance with the streamlining there. Thomas Sampson was first of the wall, just over that 1 minute mark, 1 minute point 66. One of these swimmers entered on times that are just over the 16-minute mark. So I'm sure some of them will be hoping to dip under that barrier, that 16-minute barrier. Age range for these swimmers ranging from Alex Cooper and Luke Hornsey, right at the top there, the 16-year-olds. And ranging to a couple of 19-year-olds, Thomas Sampson and Joseph Kingsland, going in lane 3 and lane 5, 19-year-olds. As they go through that 200 mark, still Thomas Sampson, 27.06 there, so that's around about 106.5 or so. Reese Grady in close attendance there, but everyone pretty much in contention in this early stage. Edinburgh International, of course, being an event which has been running for a number of years. There was a little period of time where we didn't hold the Edinburgh International, but it was resurrected around about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And in that time, it's attracted some of the very, very top swimmers across the world. And this competition is going to take place over the next 3 days. It's no exception. We'll see Olympic champions, world champions, European champions all taking the swim this morning. Thomas Sampson is leading the way, 3:13.39. Still pretty consistent stuff in the early stages. As we see the shot from the opposite end. So closest to us there in that previous shot was Luke Hornsey. As you can see, not much in it at all between all the swimmers here. Maybe Luke Hornsey just getting a little bit detached from the others. Split times for 7 swimmers there, all within around about a second and a half of each other. Luke Hornsey was the slowest entry time for this one. Entry times, of course, seeded from the middle outwards. Fastest was Joshua Weston, 16:05.03. Reese Grady taking up the running now. Sampson just drops back into second position. Still in around about the 106 mark. It's consistent stuff in the early stages. I suppose a number of these swimmers will have different tactics in this 1500 freestyle, could vary. Next time we come down to the 500 mark, that'll be a third of the race gone. You have Romano, the Israeli swimmer, taking up the running now in lane number 2. Making a little bit of a move as they come into this 1/3 mark. Just check the time as he goes over there, 5:25.25. That was a little bit of an injection of pace there from the Israeli swimmer. Reese Grady still in second position. Joshua Weston in third position. As they into this 550 mark, you have Romano. Yeah, he's really kind of stretching the pace now, around about a second or so the advantage now for Romano, looking very good. The 18-year-old. Another Israeli will take part in this 1500 freestyle. We'll see him in the second heat, which will be in the final session tonight. So Israelis come with a decent squad here. There's a number of countries taking part this weekend. We saw some quality Spanish swimmers. We've got the team from Denmark, Hovenstatens, who are regular visitors to the Edinburgh International. We have a Dutch team as well taking part. The Israelis, of course, as I said, and a big contingent from Ireland as well. Speaking to the Irish coaches, John Charanek, who's based down in Limerick. He was telling me they've got 50 plus swimmers here at this Edinburgh International. So Romano now coming down to the 700 mark and still continuing that lead. As he goes to the top end again, it'll be halfway point. So Romano taking that one, 7:36.02. Still sticking on that 105.5 mark, so slightly faster than they were going in the early stages. The gap's 1.7 seconds now. Rhys Grady in second. Joshua Weston just making a little bit of a move there in the centre. Joshua Weston, some of the open water events in the European Juniors last year. Open water events, of course, all over much greater distances than 1500 freestyle, 5Ks and 10Ks in the big international events. We'll see a number of open water swimmers taking this part in this, the longest event in the pool, the 1500. As I go into the second half of this one, 8:41.45. Still in the 65.5 mark. Yov Romano has swum this very well here. He's got, well, just about clear water between him and Joshua Weston. They're only just into the second half of this one though, so long way to go now. Rhys Grady still holding on well, just 2 lanes up there from Joshua Weston. Grady and Weston almost together there, 0.2 of a second separating those two. 2.5 seconds the advantage now of Yov Romano. As they come down to the 900 mark. Romano, just check the advantage that he's got, certainly stretching it there, but as they go close to the 2/3 mark, I wonder if the two in the centre just have some ideas about closing that gap. About 2.5 seconds there, the gap. We'll just keep an eye on that one. 2.48 the gap, those two in the centre really pacing each other very similarly. Rhys Grady and Joshua Weston in the centre of those two, Joseph Kingsland. The gap just about being maintained there at 2.6 seconds. It maybe is just stretching slightly as they come down to the 1,000 mark. So still a long way to go, but 10:50.69 for Romano. Did just again inject a little bit of pace there into the 104 range for Romano, and that's what's taken him away. Seems to be when it was just before the 500, he made a little bit of a move in terms of upping the pace. It was just before the 1,000 mark when he did the same. And that's taken him away now, 3.5 seconds, in excess of 3.5 seconds now ahead of Rhys Grady and Joshua Weston. And the gap between them and Joseph Kingsland, another 4 seconds back to the Nova Centurion swimmer. So there's your three swimmers, your three leading swimmers. Of course, the number of the British swimmers certainly be working their way towards the British trials, which will take place in April. The qualification at those British trials for the World Championships and also for the Commonwealth Games as well. And of course you'll have England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland will have swimmers taking part in those Commonwealth Games. Some swimmers already been pre-selected, mostly the ones who did very well in the Tokyo Olympics last year. But still lots of places up for grabs. So Joab Romano coming up to the 1200 mark. He's just going to be around about the 13 minutes. Yeah, 12:58 for Romano. Still holding that good 104 pace. He's gone 106 for the first 500 in every one of the hundreds. He's gone 105 for the second 500. He's down to the 104 mark now. That was obviously his game plan for Romano. I expect him to a little bit faster maybe on that last 100. He still looks very strong, I have to say. Lane marker, 5 lengths to go for Romano. Reece Grady now 5.5 seconds the gap now. He's pulled away from Joshua Weston into second position. As I come down to 1300 mark, we'll see the lane markers there. 4 lengths to go. Yeah, he's kind of a little bit up the pace again. 63 there for that last 100. So he's really just building right the way through this 1500, getting faster as he progresses. And this is an impressive swim from the Israeli. 3 lengths to go now. We should hear the bell when he gets down to this bottom end. We'll be looking for a time probably in the low 16s. Don't think he's going to dip under that 16-minute barrier. His entry time was 16:12.59. I think he's going to be faster than that as he takes the bell. That's always a welcome sound. 15:05.90, exactly 104 for that penultimate 100. Reece Grady is now stretching away from Joshua Weston, and Joab Romano again goes to the legs in this final 100, really pushing hard here. Let's see how far he can get under that 16:12 entry time. I said this is the first heat of the 1500. The second heat won't be swum this morning. It will be swum in this evening session. But the time set by Joab Romano will be the immediate target for those swimmers swimming tonight. And as he comes into the closing stages now, I think he can be pleased with that swim. 16:05.84, just dipping under the 1 minute there. 59.96 for that final 100. It was a really blistering last 100 there. He was out on his own though. He wins it by 10 seconds in the end. 16:15.94 for Reece Grady. Joshua Weston 16:20.47. Good tussle right there at the top of the pool. Alex Cooper and Luke Hornsey coming in together. 5 100 separating them after 16 minutes of swimming. And Thomas Sampson finishes now the early leader. I'll wait for confirmation of that result, but it was a well-paced swim by Yoav Romano from Israel, building right throughout that race there. He takes that one in 16:05.84. Reece Grady in second, 16:15. Joshua Weston in third, 16:20. So that's the longest event we've seen. We'll now move down the distance, and we're on to the 100 metres backstroke for women. 3 swimmers due to take the start for this first heat. First of 7 heats. Lauren Farr in line 3. Kira Sterica in line 4. And Sophie Bromley in lane number 5. So Lauren Farr closest to us in that green cap from Swim Ireland. Kira Sterica from South Ayrshire. And Sophie Bromley from Swim England leading them through. Again, this is the first of 7 heats. As I said, the swimmers will be trying to make their way into the top 8 positions to make it to the A final tonight. Next 8 will manage to make it into the B final. And the top 8 juniors as well will contest in the junior final. Juniors for the girls, 14 to 17 years of age. So 2 16-year-olds in this one. Sophie Bromley, one of those 16-year-olds. So we're trying to post the time, trying to get another swim tonight in that junior final. Entry time of 105.97. Looks like a good swim this morning. 104.97. Exactly 1 second improvement there from Sophie Bromley. Should be pleased with that one. Kira Sterica in second position in 106.35. And Lauren Farr in 108.07 in third position. So a nice swim there from Sophie Bromley, 104.97. Nice improvement first thing in the morning. That can't be bad at 8:45 on a Friday morning. And if Sophie Bromley does get another chance tonight, well, we shall have to wait and see if any of the other juniors can better those times. A lot of good juniors to come, of course, in these following 6 heats. A lot of big names as well. There's a line-up for heat number 2. Ella Turner from Plymouth Leander goes in 1. Alicia Maestri from Loughborough University in 2. Heidi Wren from City of Glasgow in 3. Amy Shields, our City of Glasgow teammate, goes in 4. Molly Nolte from Swim Ireland in lane 5. Kiana Kurtze from Warren Dabas in lane number 6. Tom Minus from Israel in lane number 7. And Jemima Hall from University of Bath right up there in lane number 8. Not much to choose between everyone as they go into the turn. Alicia Maestri maybe taking it there, 31.60 ahead of Jemima Hall. Youngest in this field is Kiana Kurtzer, 14 years of age, and she's gone through in 32.11, so still very much in with a shout. Kiana Kurtzer there from Warren Dabas in that red cap, going very well indeed. The youngster 3 lanes from the top, but Alicia Maestri from Loughborough University. It's going to take this one, I think. Well, I say that. Kiana Kurtzer might just take it on the touch. She does. 105.62 for the 14-year-old, and she finished extremely well there. She gets in ahead of Tomanes from Israel. And in third position was Alicia Maestri. So two swimmers side by side there in 6 and 7. Just took the lead there in the closing stages. Kiana Kurtzer, though, the 14-year-old, 105.62. Very good swim there from the local swimmer from Warren de Bath. So 105.62 for the Warren de Bath swimmer to move on to heat number 3. Oh, in fact, we do have a disqualification there. Well, I spoke too soon. Kiana Kurtzer has showing a disqualification against her name there. So that's unfortunate for the young swimmer. It's meant that the head of that heat was Tom Minus of Israel, followed by Alicia Maestri. There's the lineup for the third heat. Elizabeth Ironsdottir from Havnar goes in lane number 1. Madison Peveler from Derwentsside goes in lane number 2. Florence Tinsley from Stirling University in 3. Alexandra Waller goes in lane number 4. Hart Midlothian. Olivia Butler from Edinburgh University in 5. Amelia Robertson from Newcastle in 6. Ellie Turner in 7 from Stirling University. And Chloe Eastwood from Dartford goes in lane number 8. So on the way for this third heat, Elizabeth Erinsdotter closest to us in lane number 1, going well. No swimmer actually in lane number 8, but going well in lane 6. And it looks like Amelia Robertson from Newcastle. Just going to lead them through this halfway point. 104.57 her entry time. Lexi Waller in second position. 31.09 for Lexi Waller. Harter Midlothian swimmer. Another one of these local swimmers here going well early in the morning here at the Commonwealth pool. Might be used to early morning sessions at the Commonwealth pool. A lot of morning clubs train in the morning. But it is going to be Robertson, I think. We'll bring them home in that time of 103.68. Lexi Waller 104.38. And Olivia Butler in second, 104.74. Amelia Robertson 104.57. That was the entry time, and she's improved that to 103.68. So excellent swim there for Amelia Robertson. And these swimmers exit the water. We get in for heat number 4 of the 7 heats. The heats will progress in time, and the final 3 heats in each of the events will be the cyclically seeded heats. So we'll see some of the fastest entry times in the third to last heat. That's the one after this one. in this heat number 4, we have Charlie Jones from Loughborough, Cora Rooney from Swim Ireland, Ellis Shields from Edinburgh University, Georgina Pryor from Derventio, Scarlett Ferris from Perth City, Lauren Bradley Holt from Swim England, Falcatin from Hovenstadens, and Rebecca Reid from Aberdeen. Right in the centre of the pool. It's pretty close in terms of entry times for this one. Georgina Pryor, the fastest, only by 3/100ths of a second from Ellis Shields and Scarlett Ferris. But Pryor has a little bit of an advantage here, 30.96. That turn, Charlie Jones going well. Right down here in lane 1, Ellis Shields and Scarlett Ferris in the mix as well, in the centre. It does look like it's going to be between 1 and 4 here as they approach the closing stages here. Charlie Jones and Georgina Pryor. Who's going to get the touch here? Might be the outside lane flyer here. Charlie Jones, 104.24. Well done to Charlie Jones, faster than her entry time. Second place was Georgina Pryor in 104.38. And Ellis Shields, 104.97 in third position. The Hovenstatens swimmer. The Danish swimmer there, 105.51 for Falkatind. Heat 5 of 7 is the first of these cyclically seeded heats. Drew Mackenzie in lane 1 with that blue cap of City of Glasgow. Like Ude Lenferink from KNZB from the Netherlands. Maria Godden from Swim Ireland. Louise Hansen, the Swede from Loughborough University. One of the favourites for this one, world short course champion. And Louise Hansen will be certainly powering away in the early stages of this one. Iona Colbert goes in lane 5 from Swim England. Anna Green in 6 from Warren de Bath. Tatiana Tostevin from Loughborough University in 7. And Emma Hodgson, Isle of Man swimmer, representing Isle of Man in the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in the summer. So watch out for Emma Hodgson. Hoping to represent Isle of Man in the summer, of course. But here comes Louise Hansen from Loughborough University. And looking to claim her place in the final. Keep an eye on the times for this heat. Louise Hansen now in 101.22. That's certainly the fastest that we have seen. Lenferink in second position in 103.59. So giving herself a chance here, Lenferink, of making that final. But it might be tight with two fast heats to come. But Hansen dominated that one. Lenferink in second, Anna Green in third, and Maria Godden in fourth position. There's a lineup for heat number 6. Tilda Muller from Hovenstatens in 1. Holly McGill from Heart of Midlothian in 2. Charlotte Prince Reina from Winchester in 3. Cassie Wilde from Stirling University in 4. Lauren Cox from Loughborough in 5. Elise Tannis from the Netherlands, KNZB, in 6. Rachel Saunders from Warren de Bath in 7. And Evie DeLay from Swim England in lane number 8. So Cassie Wilde, again, one of these swimmers will be firm favourite for this one. Represented the Great Britain team at the Olympic Games last year. She's going well in the early stages, but she's being pressed there in lane number 5 from Lauren Cox. Wild, also a Commonwealth Games swimmer in the Gold Coast in 2018. We're hoping to go to another Commonwealth Games, I'm sure. Lauren Cox under the 1 minute mark there. Cassie Wild just in second, but looking pretty relaxed though, Cassie Wild, as she comes through alongside Lauren Cox. Two swimmers pretty close as they come into the wall. Might be Cox will get the touch there in 102.11, with Cassie Wild just behind in 102.25. Now, as they stand comfortably into that top 8, you would imagine that would be okay to make the final with one heat to come. But Lauren Cox swam well there, 102.11. They'll take that heat ahead of Cassie Wild. Final heat sees Kate Butler in lane 1, Charlotte Evans, City of Cardiff in lane 2. Honey Osterin from Loughborough University in 4, Kathleen Dawson, British record holder, in lane number 4. Katie Shanahan from City of Glasgow in lane number 5, the rising star from City of Glasgow. Emily Grant from Aberdeen Performance in 6. Lotta Opan from Stirling University in 7. And Ava Simpson from Edinburgh University in lane number 8. Now, Kathleen Dawson, first of the Olympic gold medalists to make an appearance here. She won that gold medal in the mixed medley relay, of course, in Tokyo. Incredible performance by the team. Kathleen Dawson's been in record-breaking form the past couple of years. British record stands at 58.08. Kathleen Dawson, she has represented the Scottish team, of course, at the Commonwealth Games, hoping to go to the Commonwealth Games again, and should be one of the favourites for a medal in Birmingham in the summer. She is ahead of Katie Shanahan right next to her. Katie Shanahan really coming through the ranks, and she might be another one who might be a real star at those Commonwealth Games for the Scottish team. It's Kathleen Dawson and Katie Shanahan, 101.71, with Katie Shanahan in second. That should be good enough, I think, to qualify them for the top 8. Dawson's just going to be behind Louise Hansen, I think, from 2 heats ago in terms of qualification. The result is confirmed. So Dawson and Shanahan, the 2 Scots, getting in ahead of Charlotte Evans from City of Cardiff in lane number 3, and Honey Osterin in position number 4 from Loughborough. So 101.71 for the British record holder. And Katie Shanahan as well. We'll see her again this morning, I think. She's due to take another event certainly over the weekend. She's a very good backstroke, a very good medley swimmer, Katie Shanahan. She could be another one who might just qualify for multiple events come the Commonwealth Games in the summer. Qualification, of course, is going to be next month, and the teams will be confirmed shortly after that one. Well, I didn't get a summary of the results to show us the top 8. And we've moved on to the men's 100 metres backstroke. It's 4 of the para swimmers we're taking the start for this one. We have Sam Downey from East Lothian going in lane number 3. Louis Lawler from City of Glasgow in lane number 4. Dylan Blakely in lane number 5 from East Lothian. And Mikey Jones goes for City of Manchester Aquatic in lane number 6. Well, good start there from Louis Lawler. As I said, these are para swimmers. Louis Lawler swims in the S14 classification, as does Dylan Blakely. He is the Scottish record holder in this one, just 1 minute point 54 for Louis Lawler. He's qualified for the World Championship team for Great Britain. Go to Madeira in June. He swam in Tokyo. Louis Lawler's, again, another swimmer really coming through the ranks over the last couple of years. And he swims there 103.88. He's followed home by Dylan Blakely, who also swims in the S14 class. And Sam Downey, the young man from East Lothian, has also made that World Championship team. And he's swam 1:14.22, so faster than his entry time, Sam Downey. And Mikey Jones from City of Manchester Aquatic. Don't often see him swimming in the backstroke events, very much a freestyler, I think, of Michael Jones. He was the Paralympic champion back in Rio in 2016 in the 400 freestyle, so unusual to see Mikey Jones swim over the backstroke, but he's in it this morning. I'm sure we'll see him in the freestyle events as well as the weekend progresses. Another one who's hoping to go to the Commonwealth Games for the English team. As I said, the para swimmers have not got specific events. Well, they are kind of sprinkled in the heats this morning. We'll see a couple of the big para names as well coming in. So Scott Quinn coming in a little bit earlier into the pool side. We'll see him in the breaststroke a little bit later on. Anyway, moving on to heat number 2 now. Gideon Hollandsky from Plymouth Leander goes in lane 1. Ryan Zhao from Newcastle in lane number 2. Neddy Irwin from Limerick goes in 3. Adam Graham from Millfield in 4. Hudan Gadanich from MK in lane number 5. Bryden Byrne from Swim Ireland in 6. Kieran Breckenser from Aberdeen Dolphins in 7. And Adam Colgan from Swim Ireland in lane number 8. Right in the centre there, the bottom of those 2 yellow marked lanes, that's 4 and 5. And that is Adam Graham and Hubert Gadanich. And it looks like it might just be Adam Graham. He's led from the start, and he will take that one. 59.89 for Adam Graham. First swimmer under the 1 minute mark. It's confirmed there in first position. Hubert Gadanich in 1 minute point 14. Go on to heat number 3. There is the lineup for the third heat. The blue cap there closest to us. Bjarne Van Oort from City of Cardiff. Adam Geddes goes for Limerick in lane number 2. Thomas Maskell, Derwentside in lane number 3. Lucas Brown from Elgin in 4. Alexander Harris from Stirling Swim in 5. Connor Cherrington from Millfield in 6. Yahav Halag from Israel in 7. And Robert Burgess from City of Glasgow right at the top there in lane number 8. Well, not much to choose between the field. Yahav Halag maybe right up there in lane number 7. Connor Cherrington in 6. Yeah, Cherrington and Halag are 1 and 2 there. Just ahead of the swimmers in the middle. Connor Cherrington, Millfield swimmer. Lucas Brown, 2 lanes across from him, from Elgin. Now the two 16-year-olds in this one. But Cherrington looks like he might just hold on here. In fact, pull away from the rest of the field. The top two were in. Well, I thought they were in 6 and 7, although lane 7's time not registering there for the Israeli swimmer. We do have Connor Cherrington though, 58.35 for Connor Cherrington. Faster than his entry time, so you'll be pleased with that one. Hallag registering there in 1:10.04, but not sure that's correct. He was just behind Cherrington there. So we might see a little bit of a, there we are, correction there, 59.07 for the Israeli. That's a little bit better. But Connor Cherrington confirmed in first position in that one. Heat number 4. It's Oliver O'Halloran from Derwent side in lane 1. Ben Prosser from Loughborough University goes in lane number 2. Alexander Sargent from Stirling University goes in lane 3 next to his Stirling University teammate Sam Pease. Aidan Simons-Brown from Plymouth Leander goes in 5. Cameron Travis from Aberdeen Performance in 6. Lewis Maxwell, University of Bath in 7. And Mohammed Warley from Stirling University in lane number 8. Right here in the centre. Looks like it is lane number 4, Sam Pease. Living up to the pre-race seeding. Entry time of 57.30. Fastest so far, 58.35. That's Sam Pease just about holding that lead. Aidan Simons-Brown. Ben Prosser also going well in lane number 2. Coming back strongly is Alexander Sargent as well. And Lewis Maxwell. But it is going to be Sam Pease. We'll take that one. Lewis Maxwell in 2nd, with Travis in 3rd. It's very tight for the minor places there. There's 0.2 of a second separating 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Sam Pease takes that one. 58.04 for Sam Pease. So the 5th heat of the 8 heats. Times increasing as we go along the heats here. Matthew Ward, 17-year-old from MK, goes in lane number 1. Shaquille Giordani from City of Manchester Aquatic in 2. Brogan Hyde from Stirling University in 3. Robbie Hemmings from Swim England in 4. William Kersey from Hatfield in 5. Philip Frasker Krygier from Winchester in 6. Conor Massey and Jamie Ferguson complete the lineup. They are in 7 and 8, both Aberdeen Performance swimmers. William Kersey from Hatfield going well here in lane number 5. Just being pressed by Robbie Hemmings. Also Matthew Ward going well in lane number 1. It's going to be 4 and 5 though, I think. We're going to fight this one out. Robbie Hemmings and William Kersey absolutely together here. They stretch for the wall. 0.1 of a second is the difference. Robbie Hemmings taking it. William Kersey in 2nd and Matthew Ward in 3rd position. So a nice tight finish there, but Robbie Hemmings just getting the touch. 57.10. just slightly shy of his entry time, 56.77. To move into heat number 6, the first of the cyclically seeded heats. Harry Shalman from Loughborough University in line number 1. Inbar Danziger from Israel in 2. Two Bath swimmers in 3 and 4. Cameron Brooker and Brodie Williams. Mark Ford from City of Glasgow goes in lane number 5. Toby Hill, City of Manchester Aquatic, goes in 6. Pedro Sanchez Castillo from Spain in 7. And Jamie Robertson from Stirling University in lane number 8. Brodie Williams maybe just first to the wall here. 0.3 of a second ahead of Cameron Brooker and Bar Danziger and Castillo. But Brodie Williams will be hoping for a decent time here, make sure of his place in the top 8. Now 23 years of age, an experienced campaigner, Brodie Williams. And he is into the wall first, 55.73 for Brodie Williams. It's by far the fastest, as you would have expected. Second position, it is a Spanish swimmer, Pedro Sanchez Castillo, 56.59. Just a tenth of a second ahead of Inbar Danziger from Israel. Wonder if that is going to be vital to make that top 8 position. Here's a lineup for heat number 7. Zach Speakman goes in lane number 1 from Stirling University. Mads Muller from Hovenstadens goes into Martin Walton. Goes to Stirling University in lane 3. Scott Gibson in 4 from Edinburgh University. Elliot Clogg from Loughborough goes in 5. Jonathan Adam from Bath goes in 6. Oliver Morgan in 7 from Birmingham University. And Nicholas Pyle from Stirling University goes in lane number 8. In fact, no one in lane number 5, so no Elliot Clogg taking the start here, but a good start in 6. Jonathan Adam really fast down that first 50. He's got half a second lead over Oliver Morgan. Martin Walton in 3. Zach Speakman in lane 1. Martin Walton coming back, showing his experience. Based in Stirling University, a number of years now, Martin Walton. And he's just pulling his way through the field here. Can he catch the early leader, Jonathan Adam? I think Adam will just hold on here. He does hold on to get it. Walton in 2nd position and Oliver Morgan in 3rd spot. Well, it was a good, positive swim at the start there from Jonathan Adam. Really took it out fast. 55.58. Just slightly faster than Brodie Williams in that previous heat, so that should qualify him comfortably for that final with 1 heat to come. Walton also looking in a good position to make that qualification. But here is the final heat of this 100 backstroke. James Myrick from Winchester goes in 1. Caspar Pugard from Hovenstadens in 2. Craig McNally from Stirling University in 3. Joe Litchfield from Loughborough in line 4. Conor Ferguson in 5 from Swim Ireland. Jacob Neeson from Hovenstadens in line number 6. Adrian Santos Martin from Spain in 7. And Alejandro Calderon from Mediterranean in lane number 8. Well, Joe Litchfield, an Olympian from Tokyo last year, will certainly be one of the favourites for this one. Conor Ferguson, also an internationalist at the big events, the World Championships. The Irish swimmer going in line 5. Those two are out quickly. Craig McNally, the Scottish Commonwealth Games swimmer, hoping to make another Commonwealth Games. I think it might be his 4th, Craig McNally, if he can make it to Birmingham. Coming back strongly. He's more of a 200 breaststroker. That's where he made his reputation anyway. And coming back strongly in the closing stages is McNally, but it is going to be Conor Ferguson will take that one. 55.67 for Conor Ferguson. Just slower than the previous heat, but not by much. Conor Ferguson takes it, with Joe Litchfield in 2nd and the fast finishing Craig McNally in 3rd position there. And the top 5 swimmers all in the 56-second range or below. And there we are, Jonathan Adam getting that one, 55.58. So it was under 56.5 seconds to make that top 8. There's the second 8. And there's the other finishing positions. Remember, even if swimmers not in the top 16, there is a junior final on offer. Of course, the swimmers from this afternoon's heats, we have a whole range of programmes this afternoon for the next swimmers in the entry lists. Most of the young swimmers this afternoon, but they can also force their way into a final tonight. Might be a tough ask. Might have to go for quite a big improvement on entry times, personal best, but it has happened that swimmers from the afternoon session have forced their way into one of the finals in the evening session. So these results, as we see them scrolling through the screen, that's how they stand at the moment. They're not finalised though, because as I said, people from the afternoon session can make their way in. There's Paralympic swimmers there in the 59th position, Mikey Jones. He was the lowest numerical classification in the para swimmers. I'm sure we'll see him back. Mikey Jones swimming again, further events this weekend. As we go to the first of the 3 heats of the 200 metres butterfly. Isabel Wood from Stirling Swim will go in the line 1. Amy Brownridge in 2 from Plymouth Leander. Raka Ophir from Israel in lane number 3. Kiara Slosson from Edinburgh University in 4. Jennifer King from Stirling University in lane 5. Sarah Kalaska from Hatfield in 6. And Livia Kingsland from Nova Centurion in lane number 7. Now we saw Joseph Kingsland swim in the 1500 freestyle. Livia Kingsland going in this 200 butterfly. So the 2 siblings from Nova. We've got grueling swims in this first session here at the Edinburgh International. Right at the front of the fields, we have Kiara Slosson, I think she's going to take that one, 105.22. Again, there's only 3 heats of this one, so a good chance for people to get another swim this evening. Kiara Slosson, I mean, we're straight into the cyclically seeded heats here. Kiara Slosson was 3rd fastest in terms of entry times into this 200 metres butterfly. Been successful on the national stage, 2nd at the British universities. Behind the swimmer going in the next heat was Kiana McInnes of Stirling University. But Kiara Slauson going well here, looking like she's going to stretch away from Jennifer King in lane number 5. Rakar Ophir from Israel going well with that blue cap there in lane number 3. Israelis having a decent morning. We've seen a few of them towards the front of the field. It's always a good sign. Swimmers are close to their entry times, but Kiara Slauson takes that one, 2:14.93. Comfortable swim from the Edinburgh University swimmer. Jennifer King comfortably in second as well, 2:16.72. And Raka Ophir in third position there in 2:18.98. Well, there's the result confirmed. Slauson taking that one ahead of King, ahead of Ophir. There's the lineup for the second heat. Lacey Roberts, 15-year-old from Plymouth Leander, goes in 1. Katarina Price from Millfield in 2. Sarah Schliepman from Israel in 3. Kiara McInnes from Stirling University in 4. Sophie Freeman from Plymouth Leander in 5. Fleur Lewis from Swim England in 6. And Iona Morley from Winchester in lane number 7. Kiana McInnes, their Commonwealth Games debut in the Gold Coast. Very fast out that first 50. Again, swimmer known for a 200 butterfly events. He's had a great couple of years. Won the British universities, as we said, some of the European championships as well. We're making our way onto the international stage, Kiana McInnes. Scottish record holder in that 100 butterfly. She's also the junior record holder, Kiana McInnes, when she was a junior. Well, the kind of long-standing senior records held by Hannah Miley. Scottish record, that is. I'm sure Kiana McInnes has got her sights set on that long-standing record at some point this year. She's well ahead of the rest of the field. Very close contest for second. Between the two swimmers closest to us, Price and Shetman. That's Freeman and Lewis as well. A couple lanes up from Kiana McInnes. This looks very strong, very relaxed for Kiana McInnes. He's got this one comfortably in the bag, I think. Sophie Freeman in second. Shaitman in third position from Israel. And it's pretty much going according to the seeding here. Lane 4 leading them through. Kiana McInnes again comfortably in 2:12.67. Other swimmer who'll be working her way towards those trials next month, those British Championship trials, World Championship places on offer, of course, also Commonwealth Games places as well for the home nations. Kiana McInnes taking that one. 2:12.67. Sophie Freeman in second position. And Sharon Shetman in third place. Giving themselves good chance, good opportunities to make that final, make that top 8. And there's the third of the 3 heats. Catherine Bailey from Perth City, that red cap in lane 1. Gaia Alcaraz and Yvonne Brown side by side in 2 and 3. 2 from Aberdeen Performance. Emily Large from Bath. Lucy Fox in lane number 5 from Swim England. Dutch swimmer Lotte Hosper in lane number 6. Kate Baxter from Winchester in lane number 7. And Laura Dickinson from MK going in lane number 8. Emily Large, like Kiana McInnes, trying to make it to the Commonwealth Games. She's laid out the Dutch swimmer, Lottie Hosper. So Emily Large in lane number 4, just being pressed now by Lottie Hosper as they come up to the halfway point. Again, like we saw with McInnes in the previous heat, Large very much the class of this field. Hosper giving her a very good contest here. Dutch have been very strong at the Edinburgh International in previous years. We've seen some huge names who have gone on to make it to the very top. Swim at this Edinburgh International meet. I wonder if the Dutch team building again towards Paris, I suppose. It's just in a couple of years. It just seemed like Tokyo's just gone, and we're almost immediately into this cycle for Paris now. Strength of Emily Large just showing through as they come down this final 50 now. Lottie Hosper just dropping back slightly. Yvonne Brown coming through strongly in lane number 3. She might just get it up ahead of Lottie Hosper here. Fast finish from Yvonne Brown. Good finish from Emily Large though. She'll get in. Yvonne Brown does get the touch over Lottie Hosper. And Lucy Fox in 4th position. At 2:13.92 for Emily Large. And as expected, pre-race favourite. Should take her place in the top 8. This is one certainly I would think that the events this afternoon be a good chance for someone to post a time to get a second swim in the evening session. There were only, 22 swimmers taken in the heats there. And there's the top 3 positions from that final heat. Emily Large, Yvonne Brown, Lottie Hosper. Result confirmed there. And into the final, Kiana McInnes leads the way. Emily Large in 2nd. Should be a great contest between these two. Kiara Slauson in 3rd. And Yvonne Brown, a good fast finish there. 4th position there in terms of qualification. There's the next 8. 2:23.56, 16th position. Wonder if anyone this afternoon's got designs on that one. Junior places as well up for grabs. We're certainly going to see some junior swimmers coming from this afternoon session. 24 swimmers due to take the start in this evening's session. There was only 22 in the heats this morning. 200 freestyle. Well, what an event this has been for Great Britain in recent years. And the para swimmers taking the start here for this first heat of this 200 freestyle, first of 10 heats. Dylan Blakely, Oliver Carter and Jack Milne. Ollie Carter, well, what a great couple of weeks he's had. Ollie Carter was chosen for his first World Championships to go to Madeira in the summer. So he was delighted with his performances at the World Para Series in Aberdeen just a couple of weeks ago. So swimmer very much on form. He's trying to make his way to the Commonwealth Games as well. It's 100 butterfly, which is the event for Ollie Carter at the Commonwealth Games. He's gone through 59.37. He holds a number of the Scottish para-swimming records. I just wonder if he's got designs on this 200 freestyle record. He swims in the S10 classification. It's S1 to 10 are the classifications for swimmers with a physical impairment, with S1 being the most impaired and S10 being the least impaired. So Ollie Carter is on the least impaired of the physical impairments. He holds the record in 2:05.17. So I wonder if he might just get in ahead there. And 2:02.37, that could be a new Scottish record for Ollie Carter. So continuing his good run of form. So good swim from Jack Milne in second in 2:10.42. But I think that might be a Scottish record for Ollie Carter. So another good swim from Ollie. So great to see Ollie Carter on good form. 200 freestyle, not a para event in the major championships for Ollie, but the record's there to be broken, and that's just what he's done today. Well done, Ollie Carter. Second heat of the 10 heats sees Adam Graham from Millfield in 2, Adam Colgan from Swim Ireland in 3, Alex Cooper from Swim England in lane number 4, John Taylor from Aberdeen Performance in 5, Alex Painter from Millfield in 6, Louis Lawler from City of Glasgow in lane number 7. Another para swimmer, Louis Lawler. This is an event for Louis Lawler at the major internationals and at the Commonwealth Games as well. So Louis Lawler hoping to put in a good performance. Like Ollie Carter, he is the Scottish record holder that time. 2:01.09 for Louis Lawler on that. Right at the top of the screen there, Louis. So keep an eye for that para record. He's a swimmer in the S14 class, swimmer with an intellectual impairment. City of Glasgow swimmer there, right at the top of the row of swimmers here. He's been headed by Alex Painter though from Millfield. 2 Millfield swimmers in this one, Adam Graham in 2 and Alex Painter in lane number 3. Well, Millfield, of course, not a bad heritage for the Millfield swimmers over the years. Number of Olympians coming from Millfield School. It's a great setup they've had at Millfield School. I went down there a couple of times. Really impressive. It looks like Alex Painter is in pole position here on 28.08. Adam Colgan in second, John Taylor in third, with Alex Cooper in fourth, not too far behind Adam Graham as well. 3 swimmers all in a row, but I think it is going to be Alex Painter will take this one. Here comes Alex Painter now into these closing stages now. 156.59 for Alex Painter, and he'll be pleased with that one. Adam Colgan in second position there, with Alex Cooper in third position. So a good swim there at the front by Alex Painter. 156.59, excellent stuff. Adam Colgan in second. Louis Lawler with that 2:04.30 for the Scottish record holders. Another one like Ollie Carter selected for those World Championships, so it's not building towards the trials. Louis Lawler building towards the World Championships in June, so I wish him well when it comes to those championships. Stefan Kravic in lane 1 in the third heat. Ruben Robotham Keating in lane 2, sorry. Charlie Hutchison in 3. Daniel Kennedy and Connor Fitzgerald, the 2 from Swim Ireland, in 4 and 5. Evan Davison from Perth City in 6. Adam Strickland in 7 from Derwent and Joshua Weston back in the water again. Saw him in the 1500 freestyle. He goes in lane number 8. So, a number of teenagers in this one. 17-year-old Ruben Robotham Keating. He goes in lane number 2. He led them through that first 50. Being followed by Charlie Hutchison there. In fact, Adam Strickland is right up there in lane number 7. No, in fact, Charlie Hutchison, time not registering there, but he's right on the shoulder of Ruben Robotham Keating. These two well clear of everyone else in the field. Probably best of the rest is lane 6, Evan Davidson. Going in lane number 6 there. Ruben Robotham Keating really gone out well. We saw 156.59 in that previous heat. I wonder if Charlie Hutchison is just going to challenge him in this final 50. Robotham Keating has led right from the start. Is he going to be pipped at the end here by Charlie Hutchison? He's holding on. Hutchison coming back, looking really strong. Oh, on the touch. Oh, and it is Charlie Hutchison. Takes it by 7/100ths of a second. Whoa, what a swim from those two. They shake hands at the end, but Charlie Hutchison delighted to come back there in the closing stages. And decent time as well, 153.48 and 153.55. They will be delighted with that one. Big improvements on the entry time. And just on the touch, Charlie Hutchison. But he was taken through by Ruben Robotham Keating all the way. Just didn't have enough at the end. Daniel Kashevsky from Israel in lane number 1. Tom Truman from Nova Centurion in 2. Solomon Williams from Millfield in 3. Fraser Agnew, Edinburgh University in 4. Meyer Goniak from Israel in 5. Michael Komareski from Hatfield in 6. Rory McKinnon from City of Glasgow in 7. And Elijah Kendrick from Plymouth Leander in lane number 8. Not much in it at all in that first 50. Klimachevsky 25.88 ahead of Krzyzewski. 26.11 going well down here in lane number 1. Fraser Agnew in the centre. Fastest qualification time here, 154.70. Klimashevsky looking very good, the Hatfield swimmer. Strong as they go over that halfway point. 53.86 there for him. Previous heat had a very good final 100. Very good tussle at the end there, but Charlie Hutchison just taking that one. Klimashevsky certainly giving himself a chance here as he goes into this final turn. Fraser Agnew coming through strongly in the centre now into second position. Just wonder if he can pull up in the closing stages as we saw for that previous heat. You have to say though, Klimachevsky looking really, really strong and powerful as he came off that turn and maybe extending the lead slightly. I don't think Fraser Agnew is going to have enough to come back here. Also Krzyzewski as well in lane number 1. Solomon Williams as well coming back in lane number 3. But it is going to be Klimachevsky will take it in 152.71. Yeah, great time there for Michael Klimachevsky. Fraser Agnew was in second, just holding off the challenge of Krzyzewski in lane number 1. Tomaszewski took that one from the front. Wow, what a good time. 1:52.71. Takes that fourth heat. We now move on to heat number 5. We'll see Nikola Paskalev from Loughborough University closest to us. Wyatt Walsh from Millfield in lane number 2. Greg Fairbairn and Regan Lloyd, both from Stirling University. They go in 3 and 4. Cameron Travis from Aberdeen Performance in 6. Thomas Treblecock from Swim England in 6. And Sebastian Grierson from Hovenstatens in 7. And Martin McInnes in lane 8 for City of Glasgow. So 1:52.71, a good target there from that previous heat. Reg Lloyd's gone out fast though, in the centre. Great close-up shots there as the swimmers come into the halfway point. Regan Lloyd, he's got it all his own way. The first half of this one, 54.71. Not quite as fast as the previous heat though. Thomas Treblecock in second position. Nikola Paskalev in third, right down here in lane number 1. Greg Fairbairn coming back, Stirling University swimmer in lane number 3. Also right at the top, Sebastian Grierson and Martin McInnes. They're chasing Thomas Treblecock there in lane number 6, but no doubt Roux's taking that one. 1:24.80 for Reg Lloyd. Now they're starting to come back on him. Looks like Thomas Treblecock might just take this one. I think he's going to be finishing this strongly. You see the red markers there as they come into the last 15. The last 5 are the red lane ropes. And everyone coming back on Regan Lloyd here. It is Thomas Treblecock takes it. Wyatt Walsh in second position. Nikola Paskalev in third. It was a blanket finish there from almost everyone else apart from the leading swimmer. Thomas Treblecock takes that one. 1:55.32. It was very, very tight for the minor places there. But a good swim from Thomas Treblecock to take that one. That was heat number 5. Heat number 6. No swimmer in lane number 1. We do have Guillaume Bramia from Mediterranee in 2. Gabriel Elmide from Hovenstadens in 3. Pierce Greening in 4 from Swim England. Charlie Poole from Stirling University in 5. Daniel Eichel from Israel in 6. Evan Bailey from Swim Ireland in 7. Ben Harrison from Loughborough in lane number 8. Daniel Eichel, 6:61 at the turn. 7 100s ahead of Charlie Poole. Well matched there in that first 50. Guillaume Bramia from Mediterranee. Daniel Eichel just opening up a slight gap ahead of Charlie Poole there. These two clear ahead of the rest of the swimmers in this one. Okay, as I said before, the Israeli swimmers have started well this morning. We've seen them at the head of the field or in contention a number of heats. And Daniel Eichel continuing that good run. Entry time of 1:53.08. going to be inside that time. It's going to be close, I think. 3 swimmers now just coming back in the closing stages here, but Eichel will take that one, 153.98. So into the 153 range, high 153s this time for Daniel Eichel. It was close for second. Gabriel El Medib in second position there, just winning that close contest. 7th of the 10 heats. See Evan Jones. That goes in at lane number 1 from Millfield. Jacob Whibley from Swim England in line 2. Ignacio Perez de Tuleda from Spain in lane number 3. Jeremy Bagshaw from Limerick in 4. Alex Bragazzi, Isle of Man swimmer, hoping to go to the Isle of Man, with the Isle of Man to the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham this year. Vladimir Brons from Hovenstadens in lane number 6. Caden Wellesby from Swim England in 7. And another Swim England swimmer, Calvin Fry, in lane number 8. So Jeremy Bagshaw just ahead of Ignacio Perez de Tuleda. Bagshaw showing his strength in this final of the non-seeded heats. .152.71, the fastest so far. I wonder if Bagshaw can challenge that one. Ignacio Perez de Tuleda, second position there. Evan Jones going well down there in lane number 1. And that's your top 3 as they stand, as they come into the closing stages. Bagshaw, the Limerick swimmer, just being pressed by the Spanish swimmer here, Ignacio Perez de Tuleda, but it is going to be the Irishman who's going to take this one, I think. As I said earlier, the Irish have a big contingent here in Edinburgh, and he takes that one in 151.58, so the fastest that we have seen before. But we have a stacked field to come. Bagshaw takes it 151.58. As we get into the seeded heats, the big names start to appear in this 200 freestyle. William Riley in lane number 1 for University of Bath. Henry Baker from Swim England in 2. Finn McGeever from Swim Ireland in 3. Felix Elbuck from Loughborough University. The Austrian swimmer goes in lane number 4. Callum Jarvis and Ed Mildred in 5 and 6 from Bath. Carlos Garras Benito from Spain in 7. Andreas Fazios from Loughborough University goes in lane number 8. Well, as I said earlier, this field is absolutely stacked with talent in this 200 freestyle. Britain, of course, won the gold medal in Tokyo in the 4x200 meters freestyle relay. I think all of that team is due to take the start here at the Edinburgh International. Callum Jarvis, well, he was in the squad for that one. He's been a mainstay of the 4x200 squad for many years now. World champion, gold medalist, of course, from Tokyo as part of that squad. I'll be hoping to make another Commonwealth Games. He goes in lane number 5. He's been headed by Felix Elbuck from Loughborough University. And the Austrian swimmer who swam in the Olympic Games as well in Tokyo. just missing out on the medals in Rio and in Tokyo in the 400 freestyle. So another quality swimmer there in lane number 4. And Finn McGeever as well. Well, he's having a good swim, and the Irishman also swam in the Tokyo Olympic Games for Ireland. Finn McGeever just pressing Felix Elbok now in 3 and 4. They're coming into the closing stages. They have to post a decent time to make it into one of the finals. And 150 for Felix Elbok there will take that one. Might well be enough. Finn McGeever, 151 for Finn McGeever, 151.90. And it was Andreas Vazios, the Greek swimmer there, up in lane number 8, who takes in 3rd position, 152.20. So Jarvis then in 4th position. As we move on to the next event, a couple of big names in this one as well. William Bell from Loughborough University in lane 1. Loughborough's Jacob Goodman in 2. Cesar Castrovalli from Spain in lane number 3. Duncan Scott, the Scottish record holder, he goes in lane number 4. James Guy in lane number 5 from Bath University. Jacob Whittle from Loughborough in lane number 6. Luke Turley from Bath in 7, and Jack Grace in lane 8. Well, Duncan Scott and James Guy, both members of that 200 freestyle winning team, freestyle relay winning team. Duncan Scott, of course, silver medalist in that 200 freestyle individual, just missing out by 4/100ths of a second for the gold behind his teammate Tom Dean, who goes in the next heat, the final heat. But Duncan Scott, well, what a name he is carving out for himself. One of the world's real stars. Gold, of course, in the relay. 3 silvers as well. 200 freestyle, 200 IM, medley relay. He was the best individual performance at the Commonwealth Games for a Scot ever, I think, in the Commonwealth Games in 2018 with 6 medals. Duncan Scott, well, World Championship medals, European Championship medals, and looking absolutely superb here in the early stages. James Guy, well, he's pretty much on a par with Duncan Scott. 2 golds in Tokyo as well, or the 2 relay events. And again, a mainstay of that 4x200 freestyle team over the years. James Guy, real vital part of that team. He's behind Duncan Scott today. As Scott comes in, just stretches for the wall in 148.31. James Guy comfortably in 2nd, with Cesar Castrovalli in 3rd position. So the 2 big names should be safely through with those swims. Duncan Scott and James Guy, they know each other very well. Duncan Scott takes it. James Guy, I'm sure, will be hoping to go faster in that final. We'll be planning for that. That time should be safe enough for him. 1 more heat to come, though. The Olympic champion, Tom Dean, goes in lane number 4. Full lineup. Nathan Whiffen from Swim Ireland in lane 1. Kieran Bird from Bath University into Cameron Curl from Stirling goes in lane 3. Tom Dean and Matt Richards, they go in 4 and 5. 2 members of that gold medal winning team from Tokyo. And Jordan Sloan from Swim Ireland in 6. Stephen Milne from Stirling University in 7. And Michael Ripper from Loughborough University in lane number 8. So Tom Dean, absolutely phenomenal swim he did in Tokyo. Just touch out Duncan Scott for the gold and silver medal. Great Britain taking gold and silver in the individual 200 freestyle. Of course, gold in that relay as well. Tom Dean was an absolutely perfect Olympic Games. Cameron Curl, next to him, also an Olympian back in Rio in 2016. And Matthew Richards, another member of that winning relay squad. He saw him in the final alongside James Guy, Duncan Scott and Tom Dean to take that gold medal. Glorious relay swim. And the three big names, Cameron Curl, medalist at the previous Commonwealth Games as well. As was Stephen Milne up there in lane number 7. Stephen Milne, also a Rio Olympian as well. They took the silver medal in the relay. Stephen Milne was part of that relay team as well. So the 4 Olympians ahead of the other field, the 4 British Olympians, I should say. There are Olympians from other countries as well in this field. Tom Dean, though, the Olympic champion, comes home ahead. Oh, but well, Stephen Milne getting the touch over Cameron Curl. I thought it was going to be Cameron Curl in first, but it was Stephen Milne finishing well in lane number 7. Stephen Milne again trying to make another Commonwealth Games, I'm sure, for the Scottish team. Comfortable swim though for Tom Dean. British record holders. He's behind Duncan Scott as they progress to the final. So Duncan Scott, Tom Dean, James Guy, Stephen Milne. What a final that is. Luke Turley and Matthew Richards just missing out there on 151.7. Wow. Really good standard there. The names you might have expected to be in the top spots for that final, well, they've made it. It should be a cracker. James Guy, Duncan Scott, Tom Dean, Stephen Milne, a good swim as well. And as they go through the swimmers for the 10 heats. Real good final in prospect there. The big names didn't disappoint. Look at the swimmers now. See the swimmers just on those 2-minute marks, and we'll get to Ollie Carter there. 202.37 for Ollie Carter in 69th position. I think that's a new Scottish record for Ollie Carter in the para swimming S10 classification. So a good swim from Ollie Carter. So we'll move to the opposite end of the pool. That was a 200 freestyle. We will move to the 50 freestyles now, one length of the pool. And there's the lineup for the first heat. We've got to have a para swimmer in this one as well. And that is Abby Kane. So 5 swimmers, we see Abby Kane from Stirling University, Melissa Maymering from West Lothian, Kirsten Powell from Millfield, Michelin Stoberico from Hovenstad, and Ava Jones from Swim Ireland. So a close contest between the 4 swimmers there in the centre. They're all entry times pretty close to each other. Who's going to get the touch here? Well, it's very tight indeed. It is Kirsten Powell, 27.57. And the time for Abby Kane, just over the 30-second mark, 30.93 for the para swimmer. Abby Kane, swimmer with a visual impairment. Again, another swimmer hoping to go for the para events to the Commonwealth Games. Kirsten Powell takes that one though, the Millfield swimmer. And let's move 3 through the heats. Just 5 heats of this one. We have Grace Davidson, Molly McAlorum, Abby Wood, Yasmin Perry, Ragit Sagard, Evie Flota, Coca Fuhrman and Elise Kokons. Perth City right up there at the top. Lane number 3, Abby Woods. Again, Abby Woods, one of the class swimmers in the GB team. Just going to take this one over the sprint distance, 26.25. It's a good swim from Abby Wood. Good improvement. Again, giving herself a chance here of making that top 8. Some fast swimmers to come though. And the next heats we will see will be the first of the cyclically seeded heats. Just 5 heats of this 50 freestyle. Line up for heat number 3. Lucy Grieve, Shane Galland, Tane Bruce, Emma Russell in the centre lane, Harriet Rogers, Hada Karp, Jessica Woodward and Drew McKenzie right up there at the top. Emma Russell, favourite skier, going in lane number 4, but lane number 5 as well, going well in the early stages. It's Harriet Rogers from Borough of Stockton. Could well be Harriet Rogers coming in here just ahead of Haydar Karp from Israel, and Tane Bruce as well getting in for 2nd position. So it looked like 25.91 for Harriet Rogers. Tane Bruce swimming very well there, winning that blanket finish there for 2nd, 3rd and 4th ahead of Emma Russell and Hadar Karp at 25.91. Again, another good swim from the Israeli swimmer there. And we have heat number 4, Lena Morgan, Victoria Catterson, Erin Little, Lucy Hope, Amy Canny, Silke Husman, Cara Morris and May Bradburn. Lucy Hope, of course, part of the Great Britain Olympic team in Tokyo. She goes in lane number 4. Looks like she might just have the edge here as they come in. Maybe lane number 5 going well. Amy Canny coming through strongly in the closing stages, and she will take that one. Amy Canny takes it, 25.86 ahead of Lucy Hope in 2nd position, and in 3rd place Silke Hulsman, Dutch swimmer, 25.86. Just faster than that previous heat, but a good swim there from Amy Canny. Final heat. This is Ellie Walker, Lorraine Lungu, Dario Golovati, Anna Hopkin, Milo van Beek, Femke Hoppenbrouwer, Katie Goodburn and Holly Widows. Anna Hopkin, very much the favourite for this one. Gold medalist in Tokyo in the mixed medley relay. She anchored that team home and she's going really well in the early stages here. Straight arm style there of Anna Hopkin, really leading them through, 25.05. That was a clear win in over 50 freestyle. Very impressive indeed for Anna Hopkin. 25.05 to take that one, ahead of Milo van Beek and Femke Hoppenbrouwer, with Katie Goodburn not too far behind. 26.55 for the young swimmer from Edinburgh University. So Anna Hopkin will lead the way. Amy Canny and Harriet Rogers also on the 25 mark. It's going to be very close. Hada Karp just missing out there on the top 8 position. As we get the rankings of the 5 heats. Finishing with the para swimmer Abby Kane there in 37th position. Again, another good finaling prospect there, but Anna Hopkin looked dominant. Absolutely dominant in that final heat of that 50 freestyle. More 50 events to come. It's the men's 50 metres butterfly now. 6 heats of this one. So we have Kieran Lennox, Inbar Danziger, Callum Rose, Charlie Eatwell, Jet Lee Foreman, James Harley, Toby Hill and Alex Thompson. That's the line-up, but we are missing one lane. Jet D Foreman not in there in lane number 5. Maybe lane number 6 taking up the running here. Harley James possibly going to take it. Oh no, in fact it's Danziger that takes it. 25.63 for Inbar Danziger. Harley James in second, the City of Cardiff swimmer. Callum Rose in third place, 26.41, just winning that close contest by 1/100th of a second ahead of Charlie Eatwell. Second heat now, we see Alex Painter from Millfield in lane 1, Ian Rose from Bath University in 2, Jacob Lee in 3 from Glasgow, Ross Leslie in 4, Edinburgh University, Mark Elric, City of Glasgow, Stephen Clegg, para swimmer, 25.70. He goes in lane number 6. Tom Robertson from Aberdeen Dolphins in 7, and Rory McKinnon in lane number 8. Stephen Clegg, a Paralympic medalist here from Edinburgh University. We'll keep an eye on his time, actually, Stephen Clegg. He's the world record holder for that one. And he takes it, 25.63 for Stephen Clegg. It's just outside his own world record mark, which stands at 25.24. So, Paralympic medalist on his way to the World Championships. He was selected just a week or so ago, and he wins that one against the non-para swimmers. He'll be pleased with that one. So well done, Stephen Clegg, visually impaired swimmer from Edinburgh University. Mark Ford, City of Glasgow in 1, Bruno Kempster in 2, Michael Ripper in 3, Jamie Robertson in 4, Daniel Kripierski in 5, Shaquille Girardinani in 6, Tom Bealey in 7, and Salvador Gordo in lane number 8. That's the swimmers for heat number 3. Good start at the top. Tom Bealey in lane number 7, Salvador Gordo as well. Centre lanes maybe just coming through here in 4 and 5. Robertson and Krivchevsky, and it is Krivchevsky takes it only just. Whoa, that was close. Jamie Robertson in second position, just 2 100ths behind, and 1 100th behind him was Kempster. 1 100th behind him was Gordo. Top 5 swimmers separated by 8 100ths of a second there. Wow. Heat number 4, first of the cyclically seeded heats. Michael Klimacheski closest to us, Robert Bryce, Callum Bain, Alberto Lozano Matios, Jamie Ingram, Ignacio Perez de Toeda, Joe Watterson and James Woodward. It's the lineup for this one. Alberto Lozano Matos must be the favourite for this one. He goes in lane number 4. He started really well. Callum Bain going well in lane number 3. Maybe just pressing in, but it is going to be the Spaniard, I think. We'll take it in 24.09. It was around about half a second in the end. Callum Bain in second, Jamie Ingram in third position. Heat 5 of the 6 heats. Jake Fabi in 1, Thomas Carswell in 2, Kasper Pugard in 3, Jacob Peters in 4, Tim Costagna in 5, Edward Rednich in 6, Josh Gammon in 7, and Brogan Hyde in lane number 8. Great start there from Jacob Peters. Another one of these Olympic swimmers taking the start here. Goes in lane number 4. He just has the edge here as they come into the last 5. Maybe easing back a little bit. Jacob Peters, he's still going to take this one, with Tim Costagna in 2nd position. In 3rd place, Kasper Pugard. Jacob Peters dominated that one from the front. 24.22 for him. Tim Costagna in 2nd position. Final heat, Ben Carr, Daniel Drabchov, Gregor Swinney, Ben Proud, James Hart, Oliver Snigard Anderson, Chris Muir and Martin Carvani. Well, Ben Proud, British record holder, world champion previously back in 2017 in this event. Well, he has been dominating this event for a while now, Ben Proud, and looking good here. British record stands at 22.75, and he's only just a second outside that one. So Ben Proud, 23.71, takes that one very comfortably indeed. In 2nd place is Gregor Swinney, 24.50, and Martin Canvani in 3rd position from that outside lane. Israeli swimmer. Israeli's in 3rd and 4th actually. But Ben Proud takes it very comfortably indeed. 23.71, looking good for Ben Proud. Gregor Swinney, good swim there in 2nd position. And there's the qualifiers, 23.71. Ben Proud leads the way. Behind him, Alberto Lozano Matos, Jacob Peters, the big 3 into that top 8, and they should fight it out for the final. Ben Proud, I have to say, looking really good. Jacob Peters, I think, has got a little bit more to give in that final. Could be a close contest. Stephen Clegg there, the para swimmer, 25.63 there. Excellent swim for him. He's been on good form recently. Paralympic medalist last year, hoping to add to his international medals in the World Champs later on this year. And there's the qualifiers for, well, the top 8 as they stand. Ben Proud leading them through. Here are the starters for the first heat of the women's 400 freestyle. Three swimmers taking the start here. Tony Shaw from Stirling University goes in lane number 3. Jessica Brandom from Nova Centurion goes in lane 4, and Leah Slosson from Swim England goes in lane number 5. Entry times for Brandom and Slosson, they are 4:31. And the entry time for Tony Shaw, the para swimmer, another one of the para swimmers, 4:39. Now Tony Shaw had such a good last couple of years. She broke into the para team in 2018, I think it was. And she went to the European Championships, her first Commonwealth Games back in 2018 as well. She'll be hoping to go back to another Commonwealth Games in Birmingham this summer. It could be a major shock if she's not selected for those ones. Some of the good contest there with Jessica Brandom. One line up from her. Leah Slosson, though, is away and clear at the front of the field ahead of the other two. And Tony Shaw took a bronze medal in this event at the Tokyo Paralympics. It was Great Britain's first medal in the pool. And she was delighted to come back with some silverware from her first Paralympic experience, Tony Shaw. She was a European champion in this event back in 2018. Silver medalist at the World Championship. So she's got some pedigree in this 400 freestyle. She's some are just missing the lower part of her right arm. And you know, anyone who's tried to swim even with a clenched fist rather than an open hand in swimming knows how difficult that is. And Tony Shaw, one of the world's best exponents of this style of swimming. She's going really well in the early stages, keeping pace with Jessica Brandom, but Leah Slosson, it's almost the cameraman doing a great job here, trying to keep everyone in the same shot. Just about managing that. Leah Slosson, though, going away and clear as they go into the second half of this one. So Leah Slosson, as they go to the 300 mark, just keep an eye on that. The time here, 4:31 was her entry time. It's looking, well, maybe there or thereabouts on that 4:31. Just going to have to pick it up very slightly on this final 100, but that tends to happen on the final 100s, the distance races, so she might just manage to sneak in there. Tony Shaw trying to come back on Jessica Brandom, Nova Centurion, the youngest of the swimmers in this field at 15 years of age. Leah Slosson, 17, Tony Shaw, 19. But Leah Slosson just coming away clear now. Entry time that she has entered this competition, 4:31.83. So it's not going to be too far away from that at all. Is it going to be inside? She might just dip under that 4:30 mark, which should be good. Yeah, 4:29.26. Well done from Leah Slosson. Jessica Brandom just going to hold off that challenge of Tony Shaw. Jessica Brandom takes the touch in 4:43 and Tony Shaw in 4:46. So there's a result confirmed. Leah Slosson taking that one under the 4:30 mark. So a nice way to start the proceedings on this 400 freestyle. Swimmers for heat number 2. Ruby Griffiths from Mount Kelly, Amy Shields from City of Glasgow, Ella Took from Newcastle, Tasha Simpson in 4, that red cap of Warren de Bath. We have no one in 5, but we have Ella Carroll from Swim Ireland in 6, Erin Little from Swim England in 7, and Sophie Davis from Millfield in lane number 8. So Natasha Simpson in that centre lane. Oh, the red cap here taking them through that first 100. Tasha Simpson, 391. Ella Carroll in second place there, and down in lane number 1, Ruby Griffiths. In third spot with Ella Took in 4th position there. Tasha Simpson, 103.91. First 100 entry time for her, 4:25.80. Griffiths still in second position, just about second behind now. We see her coming into the shot in lane number 1. Ruby Griffiths, some 4 seconds behind in terms of the entry times here, but she's not showing that in these early stages here. Really contesting this well. Click over the halfway point, 2:12.10. Ruby Griffiths not too far away at all, and Ella Took in lane number 3, just going away from the rest of the field. 4 swimmers all in a row. 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th there in this heat. Tasha Simpson. As they go into, well into the second half now for Natasha Simpson. But still, just 0.6 of a second the gap between her and Ruby Griffiths. Going to the 300 mark. Ruby Griffiths really holding on pretty well here, the Mount Kelly swimmer. Simpson coming into the 300 mark. Yeah, just 0.8 of a second. Still the gap. I wonder if Ruby Griffiths has got anything left she can push to win this particular heat. Ruby Griffiths really working her feet very hard, as she has been quite a period in this race. I think that the gap is just maybe extending now as Simpson comes to that final turn. Yeah, it's around about 1.3 seconds now, so it has extended. Ella Carroll clear in 3rd position, but Ruby Griffiths stuck to the task here. Breathing to the left. I'm not sure she'll be able to see Natasha Simpson anyway. Over to the right. She might just be aware of a splash or something. Quite far away, but Simpson is going to take that one. Griffiths is going to be in 2nd. Simpson will take that in 4:27. Ruby Griffiths 4:29.71. So 4:27 is the fastest that we have seen with this of the 2 heats that we've seen. There's the result of that 2nd heat of the 6 heats. Our third heat is on the way. Olivia Kingsland back in the water again. Goes in lane 1. Alicia Dingle goes for Loughborough University in lane 2. Lucy Headley from Swim England in 3. Marianne Hanquet from Loughborough University in 4. Daraya Golovati from Israel in 5. Lola Davison from Derwentside in 6. Grace Hodgins from Swim Ireland in 7. Nicole Ricci from Edinburgh University in lane number 8. And Nicole Ricci is taking them out in these early stages. Swimmers' entry times ranging from, well, 4:21 from Marianne Hanquet to Nicole Ricci in 4:25. So they've got to be a couple of seconds faster than that previous heat. And the Edinburgh University swimmer really going well in these early stages here. Since Edinburgh University, an Italian swimmer, 18-year-old, and she's got a very good lead over the swimmers next to her. Maybe the swimmers in the centre lanes just about to make some impact here as they come up to the halfway point. Marianne Hanquet of Loughborough University, Daraya Golovati of Israel. Hanquet is a Belgian swimmer. I swam here before at Edinburgh International. It's absolutely dead level at the halfway point. 2:10.13 for both Ricci and Hanquet. And that is a couple of seconds faster than that previous heat. As they go into the second half, does look like the Belgian is going to take the advantage here. Lucy Headley also coming through strongly. Swim England swimmer in lane number 3. It's very tight indeed between 3, 6 and 8. Headley, in fact 3, 5 and 8. Headley, Golovati and Ricci. And they go out into the 300 mark, 3:16.41. This is going to be faster than the previous heat, I think. Entry time for Marianne Hanquet, 4:21.19. I just wonder if that is going to be challenged here. Maybe around about 4:23 or so, possibly. It's not far away from the entry time. We'll see what she can do in this final stages here as she goes over the final turn. Looks like the lead is extending now. Marianne Hanquet. Lucy Headley pulling through into second position. Oh, 4:21 was a good time. Was a good last 100 there. And that is inside the entry time of 4:21.10. Very good second half there. Didn't think she was going to do that, but she did. Proved me wrong. Well done, Marianne Hanquet. 4:21.10 for her. Lucy Headley in second, 4:24 for Lucy Headley. And in third place, Daraya Golovati. As a result, it's confirmed. 4:21.10. Excellent time there. With Lucy Headley in second position. So moved into the first of the seeded heats. So there is the lineup. So one swimmer missing from the start. We have Omer Schwartz from Israel in 1, Caroline Jensen from Hovenstadens in 2, Fleur Lewis from Swim England in 3, Michaela Glenister from Stirling University in lane number 4. Lucy Fox goes in lane number 5 from Swim England. We don't have anyone in lane number 6, but we have Evie Dilley from Swim England in 7 and Laura Thompson from Swim England in lane number 8. So Caroline Jensen takes them through that first 100. 102.19. Michaela Glenister from Stirling University, fastest in here, but Caroline Jensen. Schwartz in second place there, Michaela Glenister in third spot. Very close contest between those two. Schwartz right down here in lane number 1. Glenister in the centre, right up at the top there with the challenging is Eve Dilley in lane number 7. Evie Dilley. Also Laura Thompson in the outside lane as well. They're having their own private battle out there. Caroline Jensen and Omer Schwartz taking each other through here in 209.04. Michaela Glenister in third position, but these two closest to us going very nicely. Israeli swimmer and the Danish swimmer. Kind of overseas swimmers taking it to the rest of this field. About 0.4 of a second is the difference between the two. Jensen has led pretty much from the start. As they come to the 300 mark, I wonder if Schwartz is maybe going to take up the running here. As they come in here, Glenister not too far away in the centre lane as well. Schwartz and Jensen going across, well, almost together here. Schwartz with the edge now by about half a second. 3:17.29, not quite as fast as we saw in that previous heat. It was a very good last 200 there by Marion Hunquet of Loughborough. But Schwartz maybe has just timed this one perfectly. She comes into that final turn. Not sure if Jensen is going to be able to respond here, what she got left. Glenister still in third. Fleur Lewis in lane number 3 is going well, but Omer Schwartz just heading for home now and increasing that lead. Contest for second place is well, the 3 in the middle, one right at the top as well. Laura Thompson going well, but it is going to be Schwartz, I think, into the wall first. And it is Laura Thompson. Well, they have lane 1 and 8 in first and second position. So danger right across the pool there for everyone. Schwartz takes it. Laura Thompson in second. Glenister in third. And Fleur Lewis in fourth position. That was a close finish there for second, third, fourth. and 5th, but no doubt about the winner. Well-paced swim there from Omar Schwartz from Israel. 4:23.77, the final time. So into the final 2 heats. We'll see the main contenders now. For the title here at the Edinburgh International. Emily Clark from Loughborough. Going lane number 1. Ella Dyson from Swim England. Into Paula Sanchez from Spain in lane 3. Freya Colbert from Nova Centurion. She will go in lane number 4. Leah Crisp from Bath in lane 5. Angela Martinez Gulen from Spain goes in lane 6. Tamarin Van Selm from Millfield goes in lane number 7. And in lane 8 from Spain is Carla Caron Mini. So Spanish swimmer. Paula Sanchez leading the way up that first 50. Going in lane number 3. Freya Colbert in second position. That's how they stand at the end of the 100. So 101.12. Expect the pace to be a little bit faster than the previous heat. Fastest is 4:21.10. Freya Colbert, winner of the Swim England Winter Championships. And also British universities as well. So Freya Colbert in good form recently. Spanish swimmers have got a good tradition of distance swimming. Paula Sanchez is upholding that in this penultimate heat of this 400. A couple of other strong Spanish swimmers to come in the final heat as well. So 205.58. Yeah, big improvement from the fastest heat we've seen so far. Freya Colbert in second, Leah Crisp in third position. Also Tamarin Van Selm in fourth place. It's almost like a diagonal line across the pool in the centre there as we go into the second half of this one. Paula Sanchez still with the lead. Freya Colbert right on her shoulder now. In lane number 4, Leah Crisp in 5. And Carla Caro Monia right out there in lane number 8. Now just being caught, I think, possibly by Tamarin Van Selm. But as they come down to this 300 mark, well, Freya Colbert just hits the front here, taking Leah Crisp through with her. That time of 3:11.39, much faster than the previous heats. As you would have expected. But the swimmers in the centre lane look like they might just have this one sewn up as they come to this final turn. It's been a well-placed, a well-timed swim there from Freya Colbert. Leah Crisp as well. It's just been on the shoulder of Colbert all the way. Leah Crisp has seen her swim in Edinburgh a few times over the years in the distance events. Now 21 years of age, based in Bath. Just going to be behind Freya Colbert here. Freya Colbert's timed that well, 4:16.04. That's good from Freya Colbert there in the second half of that one. Leah Crisp takes second position, and the two swimmers from Spain, Carla Carol-Monia and Paula Just Sanchez, in fourth and fifth. Sorry, third, fourth and fifth for Spain as well. So the three Spanish swimmers all in a row there. Freya Colbert and Leah Crisp in 1 and 2. So all about qualification for this top 8. Holly Hibbett as the fastest entry time. Oh, in fact, no Holly Hibbett taking the start here. Well, that's left the door open for the others in this field. Mia Slevin in lane 1 for Derventio. Freya Anderson goes in lane 2 for Bath. Monique Olivier from Edinburgh University goes in lane number 3. There's no Holly Hibbett in lane number 4, unfortunately. But we have Alba Herrero Lazaro from Spain in 5. Alice Deering from Loughborough University in 6. Beatrice Varley from Swim England in 7. Iona Amasakua from Spain in lane number 8. So they come down to the first 100 mark. Freya Anderson, again one of the big names that we've seen here. Freya Anderson being a mainstay of the GB team in the freestyle events over the last few years. Probably the Europeans in 2018. She kind of first made her mark. Into the Olympic Games, she was part of the mixed relay squad who took the gold medal, of course, at the Tokyo Games. Freya Anderson, she's renowned as a 200 freestyler, 100 freestyler as well, and yeah, she's gone over the 400 distance as well. But Freya Anderson, real kind of star of the GB team, very important for the relay squads as she's taken medals at the international events, all the major internationals in the relay teams. Great Britain been very successful in the relay events over the past few years. The women's event now with the introduction of the mixed relays as well. Great Britain picking up the medals on the international stage. Again, should be another one building towards those trials in April. Trying to make her way into another World Championships team and also another Commonwealth Games team for the English team. So Freya Anderson taking that one at the moment. She leads Monique Olivier. Monique Olivier, based in Edinburgh University. She represents Luxembourg. And these two stretching away as they get to the 300 mark. It's going to be difficult for anyone to come back. A gap about 3 seconds back to Alba Herrero Lazaro, Beatrice Varley, Amasakua, Mia Slavin and Alice Deering. Alice Deering at Britain Olympian in the open water events. So maybe a little bit too short for Alice Deering. Just behind the pace. She said earlier the open water events only over 5k or 10k. Freya Anderson is going to take this one, I think, unless we have a last minute sprint there by Monique Olivier. Well, these two have led from the start. It's going to be a close contest for third. That might be important when it comes to getting a position in the top 8. Right, Frey Anderson is going to take this one. They're all coming at very close to Monique Olivier now, but I think Olivier is going to get the touch. Frey Anderson in 4:18.38. Monique Olivier in 4:19.71. Lazaro Zakua in 4th and 5th. And Beatrice Varley in 5th, actually. So Frey Anderson takes it. Monique Olivier in 2nd. And 3 swimmers on the 4:20 mark. And Alice Deering just getting the touch over Mia Slavin there to finish in 6th position. Only one swimmer in the 4:20s making it in to that top 8. 4 Spanish swimmers make it though. Freya Colbert leads the way. Yeah, and that was an important touch there at the end. Hamza Kua just missing out on that final by 8/100ths of a second there. I say the final, the top 8 as they stand at the minute. We've still got this afternoon's events to come and see if anyone can force their way into a final position. But with those times probably unlikely this afternoon. And there's Tony Shaw in 40th place, the para swimmer, 4:46.32. So halving the distance again, we go on to the next event, which is the 200 metres breaststroke. 4 men. 5 heats of this one. So 3 swimmers for this first heat. Gavin Roberts from City of Glasgow in lane 3. Mika van Blurk from Warrender Bath in lane number 4. And Connor Morrison from Aberdeen Performance. He goes in lane number 5. Connor Morrison and Gavin Roberts both swimming para swimming in the S14 classification. Swimmers with an intellectual impairment. And on either side of Mika van Blurk from Warren de Baas, that familiar red cap of Warren de Baas in the centre there. Connor Morrison swam in the Tokyo Games last year in the 100 breaststroke, 200 breaststroke, not a Paralympic event for his classification. He's just behind Mika van Blurk at the minute. Connor Morrison made that final in the Paralympic Games, finishing in 8th position. Won medals at the European Championships though. He's on the just behind Mika van Blurk as they come into this final turn of the 4 lengths. Mika van Blurk, the youngest of the 3 swimmers, 17 years of age. Trying to aim for that entry time of 2:30.10. Might not be far away from that. 5 metres to go. Is he going to dip under that mark? Oh, just about 2:31.07 for Mika van Blurk. Connor Morrison in now in 2:35.68. And Gavin Roberts in 2:41.17. So that's the first heat of the 5 heats. Mika van Blerk taking that one in 2:31.07. Second heat underway. Dan Kinsella, City of Manchester Aquatic, goes in lane number 1. Andrew Arthur from Stirling University in 2. Donatas Dragasius from Mount Kelly goes in lane 3. 2 swimmers from Borough of Stockton in 4 and 5, Arthur Llewellyn and Isaac Hall. We have Tom Robinson for Aberdeen Performance in lane number 6. Scott Quinn goes for Edinburgh University in 7. And Sam Harrison in lane 8. He goes for Perth City, 18-year-olds. Scott Quinn, the oldest in this field. 32 years of age this year. And the Edinburgh University, representing Edinburgh University. There in lane 7, Paralympic medalist, of course, in Tokyo. Bronze medal to add to the silver he won in Rio in 2016. He competes in the para events, of course. Scott Quinn in the S14 classification. And he's been medalist on the international stage, well, I think every championship since probably back in 2014. He's managed to, he first became European champion. And he's going well, Scott Quinn. Right up there in lane number 7. Fortunately, this is not a Commonwealth Games event for Scott Quinn's classification. The 200 freestyle is the event for the S14 class for men. So unfortunately for Scott, he's going to have to do something spectacular in the 200 freestyle if he's going to make that squad. He really has dominated the breaststroke event in Britain for many years now. Conor Morrison did challenge him, but Scott Quinn has managed to hold off all comers. Is he going to hold off the field here as he comes into the closing mark? Scottish record 2:25.81. Scott Quinn, I think, might be inside that. There we go, 2:24.85. So Scott Quinn, well, I think that might be a Scottish record for Scott Quinn. Might be inside the British record. I'm sure he's a British record as well. So Scott Quinn could be a British record for him. Just checking our times there. Scott Quinn inside the British record time. He really took that out. That must have hurt coming back. They were all coming back at him. Arthur Llewellyn and Isaac Hall in 2nd and 3rd, but they couldn't catch Scott Quinn, the Paralympic bronze medalist from Tokyo in the 100 breast, and British record swim here for Scott Quinn. So the 3rd heat, we'll see some of the big names as well. We're into the seeded heats already. Sam van der Stroom from Swim England goes in lane 1. Daniel Yusufov from Israel goes into Callum Melville in 3 from Nova Centurion. Yushon Cook from Swim Ireland in lane 4. Evo Kroos, Dutch swimmer from KNZB. William Ellington from Swim England goes in 6. Jay Manners from Derwent side in 7. And Tom Beagley from University of Bath in lane number 8. Evil Crows out to a quick start. Oh, Britain had an excellent record in the breaststroke events in recent years. Adam Peaty, of course, dominant in the 100 breaststroke. As well, British record in this 200 breaststroke. It's held by Ross Murdoch, set when he won that Commonwealth title back in 2014. It's not Britain swimmers out in front at the moment though. Sean Cook from Swim Ireland and Evil Crows. Netherlands swimmer, they are pacing each other at the front of this field. Sean Cook's been on good form recently. He's just about back on pace now from Netherlands swimmer Evil Crows. So a great contest between these two. Evil Crows maybe just with the edge again. I thought Sean Cook was coming back at the Dutch swimmer. But it might be that Evil Crows maybe just has enough to keep him ahead. I think these two are going to post very good times though. Maybe in the top 8 for tonight. 2:15.98 and 2:16.43. Is that going to be enough to make their way into that top 8? So 2:15, we'll keep an eye on those times. 2:15.98 and 2:16.43. 2 heats to come. Wonder if that's going to be enough to make that final. You would think it would be. But we shall wait and see. Daniel Yosov from Israel in 3rd position. There is the lineup for heat number 4. David Miller from University of Bath in 1. Liam Davis from Plymouth Leander in 2. Ross Young, Edinburgh University in 3. Owen Corby from Swim Ireland in 4. Greg Butler, Loughborough in 5. George Smith from Swim England in 6. Joshua Mitchell from Edinburgh University in 7. And Donald Bissett from Stirling University in lane number 8. Greg Butler from Loughborough just takes them through there. Very good start for him. And very good first 100 for Greg Butler, representing Loughborough. So an excellent time last week, 2:11.56, faster than the entry time he has for here of 2:12. So some are very much on form. Owen Corby in 2nd position, the Irish swimmer Owen Corby. Look at this swim here from Greg Butler at the front. Wow, this is immensely impressive here. Owen Corby's got no answer for that one in lane number 4. Ross Young from Edinburgh University is going well in lane number 3, but this is a really excellent performance here from Greg Butler. Well, I wonder what time we are going to have for Greg Butler. Said he went 2:11 last week, 2:11.56. I wonder if he can challenge that, get closer to that 2:10 mark. Greg Butler, he's well away from the others. Close contest for 2nd position in this one, but let's just keep an eye on the clock. It's just eased back slightly, but 2:14.17. That's the fastest so far. That should see him comfortably into the final. 2:20.67 is the next one home. Liam Davis. So Liam Davis taking it. George Smith in second position. Owen Corby, fourth place with 2:21.66. Yu Sean Cook and Evo Crows from that previous heat. They should be safe, you would think. James Wilby in the centre of the pool here for this 200 breaststroke. Thomas Cannon, Stirling University, next to his Stirling University teammate Greg Fairbairn. They go in 1 and 2. Andrew Feenan from Swim Ireland in 3. James Wilby from Loughborough in 4. Adam Chillingworth goes for Plymouth Leander in 5. Elliot Woodburn from Swim England in 6. Bram Svetsloot from KNZB Netherlands goes in 7. Harper Whitehead from Stirling University goes in lane number 8. Well, James Wilby, the Commonwealth champion. Again, another one in recent years. Has been racking up the international medals. He was in the Tokyo team for Great Britain. It's in the medley relay squad, the men's medley relay. He took the silver medal in Tokyo. Of course, it's a great rivalry in certainly in the 100 breaststroke with Adam Peaty. Over recent years, Adam Peaty absolutely dominated that 100 breaststroke, but James Wilby's not been too far behind. But it's the 200 breaststroke that Wilby has pretty much called his own in Great Britain over the past few years. Getting in ahead of Ross Murdoch at the Gold Coast in 2018. It's a big breakthrough swim for James Wilby. Leading Adam Chillingworth here in lane number 5. Andrew Feenan in 3, but well behind, so 4 and 5 are going to be comfortably through here, you would think. James will be bringing them home. Adam Chillingworth, Plymouth Leander, going to be clear in second. Is it going to be the fastest one? Yeah, 2:13.62. 2:15.45. Not quite the second fastest, but third fastest. I think that'll make Adam Chillingworth. Thomas Cannon in third spot in that one. So what does that mean for the top 8? James will be taking up final heat ahead of Chillingworth, ahead of Cannon. Are all 3 of them going to be making it in to the final? Certainly 2 of them will. Well, 2:20.67 was 8th place for Liam Davis. And Cannon does miss out, 10th position there. As does Owen Corby, 2:21.66. So, James Wilby, though, looked very comfortable there at the front of the field as he builds towards those trials for the World Championships and Commonwealth Games. And the para swimmers there in the final 2 positions. So down the distance again, and move on to the 100 breaststroke for women. There's the swimmers for the first of the 6 heats. Again, 2 para swimmers in this one, Louise Fiddis and Abby Kane. both Paralympic medalists, Louise Fiddis and Abby Kane. Abby Kane, a silver medalist back in Rio in 2016 in the backstroke. Louise Fiddis, a medalist in Tokyo. Took the medal in the breaststroke. 100 breaststroke, very much a core stroke for Louise Fiddis. Been successful all the major championships. That's her there. Closest to her, she swims in the S14 class. Swimmers with an intellectual impairment, and Abby Kane's a swimmer with a visual impairment, swimming in the outside lane there. In the centre though, non-para swimmers are Tranrada McGregor from Warrender, Charlotte Hardy from Millfield, Ciara Aiken from Swim Ireland, and Catriona Stewart from Western Bartonshire. And right in the centre there, looks like Charlotte Hardy in lane number 4, the 15-year-old, the youngest in this field. Tranrada McGregor, one line down, that red cap. Just challenging there. And the other two, Ciara Aiken and Catriona Stewart, very close side by side with each other. It's going to be a good time, 1:13.85 for Charlotte Hardy. Someone is happy in the crowd with that one. Tranrada McGregor in second position, Ciara Aiken in third, just ahead of Catriona Stewart. Louise Fiddis under the 120 mark, 119.67 for Louise Fiddis and 129 for Abby Kane, the two para swimmers there. Got a nice swim at the front there. Charlotte Hardy, 1:13.85. That's a good target for this second heat. All the swimmers in this second heat of the 6 heats, all in the 1:13, 1:14 entry time range. Grace Davison with that green cap of Swim Ireland in 1. Lucy Stoves, Dundee City Aquatic in 2. Silke Huisman from KNZB Netherlands in 3. Alwyn Cook from Edinburgh University in 4. Jana Spinnert from Hatfield in 5. Kirsten Powell from Millfield in 6. Sophie Brassington from Mount Kelly in 7. And Ava Jones from Swim Ireland in lane number 8. So Alwyn Cook first to the wall, the swimmer in that centre lane. Lane number 4, Silke Huisman going well. Netherlands swimmer. Long and powerful stroke there from the Netherlands swimmer, just one line down from the leader. Pretty much of a muchness between everyone else here. Maybe Grace Davison going well in lane number 1. Possibly edging it here, but I think it is going to be Alwyn Cook, I think, first in. It is Alwyn Cook with 1:13.61. Huisman was in second. Davison was in third place, but 1:13.61. It is faster than that first heat, only just. So Alwyn Cook takes it. Silke Huisman in second, and Grace Davison from that outside lane in third. Next heat says Bridget Majurier in 1, Ciara Davison in lane number 2, City of Glasgow. Ella Kerrington from Plymouth Leander in 3, Kerry-Ann Harris from Loughborough University in 4. There is no one in 5. We have Evie Float from Plymouth Leander in 6. Ophelia Norikar from Hovenstadens in lane number 7, and Caitlin Lansom in lane number 8 from Swim England. Ellie Kennington first to the wall here. Kieran Davidson in second, 5/100ths ahead of Kieran Harris. But it's really pretty close here between maybe 3 and 4. Kieran Harris, Ellie Kennington, outside lane. Caitlin Lansom also going well. Caitlin Lansom really finishing very strongly and might just take this one in the outside lane. And she does take it in 1:12.86. Well swum there from Caitlin Lansom. Kieran Harris in second position and Ellie Kennington in third place. Excellent second 50 there for Caitlin Lansom. She takes it in 1:12.86. Here's the lineup for the next heat, heat number 4. Lucy Buckingham there from Huttridge in lane number 1. Pixel Dominic from Mediterranean in lane number 2. Beth Young from Swim England in 3. Imogen Clark from Derventio in 4. Laura Rodriguez Sanchez from Spain in lane number 5. Laura Kinley from the Isle of Man in lane 6. Emer Doyle from Limerick in lane number 7. And Michelin Stockbreco from Hovenstadens in lane number 8. Well, Imogen Clark, again we're into the cyclically seeded heat here. And Imogen Clark, very fast out, known as a 50 breaststroker. Certainly has set British records in the 50 breaststroke before. She's going very well here in this 100. We'll keep an eye on the time, of course, trying just to clinch her place in that top 8. 109.66. So 109.66 for Imogen Clark. Under the 110 mark, will that be the target? Laura Rodriguez Sanchez in second, 110.16 for her. And in third place, Laura Kinley, the Isle of Man swimmer. So Imogen Clark looking good there in that early stage. Laura Rodriguez Sanchez in second, 110.16. Second heat, second of the cyclically seeded heats. It's heat number 5 in total. Leah Slosson of Swim England, Katie Goodburn of Edinburgh University, Hazel Oscan from Mount Kelly, Cara Hanlon, Edinburgh University, Megan Morrison, Loughborough University, Erin Robertson and Anna Morgan, Edinburgh University, and Orla Adams from Aberdeen Performance. That is the lineup for this 5th heat. Cara Hanlon, 107.58 as an entry time for Cara Hanlon. She's gone out with a purpose here. Hazel Oscan in second position from Mount Kelly. Turkish swimmer swimming in Mount Kelly, just on the kind of feet of Cara Hanlon, but Cara Hanlon looks like she's got this one under control here. As they come in now to under the flags for that final 5 meters, Cara Hanlon is going to be well under 110, yeah, 109.25. Hazel Oscan also under the 110, 109.93. And Katie Goodburn, 111.41 for Katie Goodburn. So again, another good swim in the early stages of that one for Cara Hanlon. She'll see what she has left for the final. Again, another swimmer designs on that Commonwealth Games place. There's the final heat, Hannibal Guy-Johnson, Katie Robertson, Ragitza Gard, Sarah Vasey, Kayla van der Merwe, Lily Booker, Ellie McCartney and Karen Asbruch. Now Sarah Vasey after a good start. Commonwealth champion in the 50 breaststroke. Sarah Vasey swam in the Tokyo Olympics. Sarah Vasey, Cara Hanlon, Imogen Clark. They were the three favourites for this one, and the previous two have lived up to the billing, and it looks like Sarah Vasey is going to do exactly the same. Kayla van der Merwe in second position here. Winchester swimmer. But here comes Sarah Vasey, just leading them home. It's going to be an excellent swim. 108.52 for Sarah Vasey, and that will be comfortably the fastest progressing to that final. A few swimmers on the 109 mark. Sarah Vasey will be in there in that time of 108.52. And will certainly be the favourite for the title tonight. Sarah Vasey leads the way. Cara Hanlon, Imogen Clark, the big three at the top there. Hazel Oscan in fourth, the only other swimmer to be under the 110 mark. And Lily Booker just misses out on that top 8 spot. Katie Robertson in 17th position. As they stand, she will be one of the reserves for B final. As we go through the swimmers. And the two para swimmers there, in 44 and 45, Louise Fiddis and Abby Kane. Next event is underway. It's the men's 200 metres individual medley, and we start off with just 3 swimmers. Jack Milne in lane number 3, Dundee City Aquatics. Mika van Blerk from Warren de Baths in lane number 4, and Louis Lawler in lane number 5 from City of Glasgow. Seen Louis Lawler already this morning. We've seen Jack Milne and Mika van Blerk. All these swimmers coming back for a second or third swim. Lawler came at 105.36 at the halfway point. He's a Scottish record holder in this event, 217.83. He's made his way into the British team in the last couple of years, making his debut at the World Championships in 2019. Also went to Tokyo last year. He's being eclipsed now by Mika van Bleuck, who using that breaststroke to his advantage here. Saw him a little bit earlier on swimming the breaststroke, and he's stretched away from Louis Lawler here. Not sure Louis Lawler is going to have much to respond there to the Warrender fast swimmer. Jack Milne in third position. But Mika van Bleuck now stretching away from Louis Lawler. Entry time was 2:13.90. He's just going to be outside that, but he is going to take this one ahead of Lawler. And Lawler coming in 2:19.70 for Louis Lawler. I'll be pleased to dip under the 2:20 mark. His Scottish record is 2:17.83, so a couple of seconds shy of that. Louis Lawler. Jack Milne in third spot in 2:27. So pretty much bang on his entry time, Jack Milne. Second of the 9 heats for this 200 metres individual medley for men. Callum Melville goes in lane number 2. We have Riccardo Lucarelli from Mount Kelly in lane 3. Roberto Burgess in 4. Mads Muller from Hovenstadens in 5. Matthew McMillan for Incas in lane number 6. And Hubert Gedanich from Mount Kelly in lane number 7. Oh, Riccardo Lucarelli led them over into the, after the butterfly into the backstroke. Not sure if he's going to have the lead when they come to the end of this backstroke. Could well be Robert Burgess from City of Glasgow. Maybe Hubert Gedanich even. 101.72 for the swimmer up there in lane number 7. Robert Burgess in second. Mads Muller down there in third place. Hubert Gedanich. Just holding off the challenge there for the swimmers in the centre lanes now. Robert Burgess there or thereabouts. He will take it. They go into that final 50 now. Gedanich in second, Lucarelli in third place. Gedanich still came off that wall pretty well onto that freestyle. He maybe just have regained the lead here. Gedanich is going to take this one, I think. Entry time of 2:13.69. It was a fast finish by Riccardo Lucarelli, but it wasn't good enough to catch Hubert Gedanich. So Hubert Gedanich takes it in 2:12.00. Lucarelli in second position, and Robert Burgess ending up in third spot. It's very close though. So Gedanich's time, 2:12. Go on to heat number 3. Yeah, Brian Joe from Newcastle in 1. Thomas Maskell from Derwent side in 2. Arthur Llewellyn from Borough of Stockton in 3. Owen Ray from Morandert in 4. Daniel Dravchov from Israel in 5. Matthew Ward in 6 from Mount Kelly. Connor Cherrington from Millfield in 7. And in lane 8, Donatas Pagasius from Mount Kelly. Maskell leads them through Dravchov in 2nd position. Maybe up there. Lane 6, Matthew Ward, I think. Just get in there under the 1 minute mark. 59.98 for him. Thomas Maskell and Connor Cherrington very close behind second onto the breaststroke. Very often this can make the difference in an individual medley. Connor Cherrington chasing hard, but Matthew Ward still with the advantage here. Someone's in the outside lanes going well. Pagasius and Ryan Joe. Also lane 3 coming back, Arthur Llewellyn. Matthew Ward and Connor Cherrington though. They are together, they're going to fight this one out, 138.30. So it is Ward who has seen off all the challenges here in 208.99. We'll take that one. Very good time from Matthew Ward. Good 4-second improvement, almost 3.5 seconds for Matthew Ward. Connor Cherrington in 2nd position in 2:11 and 2:13 for Donatas Pagasius from Mount Kelly. Well, good swim there from Matthew Ward. I think that Connor Cherrington was going to get back on terms as they came onto the breaststroke there, but a very strong freestyle. So 4th heat sees Stefan Kravic, Moritz Baumgartner, Yahav Halag, Tom Robinson, Isaac Dodds, Jay Manners, Sebastian Grierson and Evan Davidson. That is the lineup for this 4th heat. Stefan Kravic. Saw him last year in the short course championship, set a number of age group records, Scottish junior records. Stefan Kravic, someone from East Lothian, closest to us in lane number 1. First to the halfway point though is Moritz Baumgartner from Mount Kelly, Austrian swimmer. And well, again, as you see on the breaststroke, he's out ahead with about half a body length or so lead. Oh, Yahav Halag, Israeli swimmer. And in the centre lane, coming back very strongly, Isaac Dodds from Swim England. He'll be bringing himself through into possibly 2nd position here. Also Tom Robinson. It is Robinson actually getting the touch over Isaac Dodds there at that turn. 0.1 in it. But Baumgartner is ahead really by over a second here, but Tom Robinson trying to come back on terms now. It's going to be a very, very close finish indeed between these two. Tom Robinson and Moritz Baumgartner. Robinson is going to go ahead now. Isaac Dodds coming through strongly. A very good freestyle there for Tom Robinson to take it in 2:10.63. Very good finish there for Tom Robinson. Came through strongly on the breaststroke and also very strong on the freestyle. Baumgartner, well, he led most of the way there. Third place in the end for him because Robinson and Dodds were able to get up ahead of the Austrian. So heat number 5. Jacob Arman goes in 1 for Mount Kelly. Harper Whitehead for Stirling University in 2. Elijah Kendrick for Plymouth Leander goes in 3. David Miller from University of Bath in 4. Wyatt Walsh from Millfield in 5. Ruben Rowbottom Keating leads them through the first 50 butterfly. He goes in lane number 6. We have Solomon Williams in 7 and Matthew Hand from Swim Ireland in lane number 8. Ruben Rowbottom Keating, Swim England. Goes over just with a very slender lead of 1/100th of a second ahead of Solomon Williams. Jacob Arman in 2nd position, Elijah Kendrick in 3rd. Going well down in lane 1, Jacob Arman coming back into contention here. Wonder if those 4 or 5 swimmers in a row going to make impression on the leading 3. Bottom Keating impressed now by Solomon Williams just outside him. Is it going to be Jacob Arman first of the wall? No. Well, Jacob Arman's time not registering there. But it was fast breaststroke swimming, as you can see. Harper Whitehead 37.07. Matthew Hand 36.91. Flat breaststroke, but away and clear on the freestyle. It's Ruben Rowbottom Keating. They weren't able to take the lead on that breaststroke, and a very strong freestyle indeed. 206.73. Look at that split. 28.50 for Ruben Rowbottom Keating. Excellent swim there from him to take that one. He wins in 206.73. Jacob Arman in 2nd place from that outside lane. Solomon Williams in 3rd spot. So heat number 6, this is Rory Dixon, Stirling University in lane number 1. Jamie Ferguson for Aberdeen Performance in 2. Pierce Greening from Swim England in 3. Luke Ibison from Loughborough University in 4. Valdemar Brons from Hovenstadens. He goes in lane number 5. Daniel Eichel from Israel in lane 6. Miles Drabville from University of Bath in lane 7, and Charles Kershaw from Loughborough University in lane number 8. Right in the centre lane there. In lane number 4, Luke Ibbison. Through ahead of Miles Drabwell. Pierce Greening in 3rd position. Luke Ibbison looking in good shape here. Fastest entry time, but only just ahead of Vladimir Brons. Not really in the running at the moment, the Danish swimmer in lane number 5. Luke Ibbison well clear at the front of this field. Charles Kershaw in 2nd position, just moved through there ahead of Miles Drabwell. Rory Dixon in 3rd spot now, but I don't think there's any doubt about who's going to take this one. Luke Ibbison trying to challenge that entry time of 2:06.60. He's going to be close to it. 2:06.60. Yeah, he's inside. 2:03.31. 2:06.31, sorry. Miles Drabwell in 2nd place, Charles Kershaw in 3rd spot, but a good swim there from Luke Ibbison. Might have given himself a chance there of another swim in the final, in one of the finals, either the A or the B, but some strong swimmers to come. Move into the seeded heats here. Result of heat 6 is confirmed. Luke Ibbison from Loughborough University taking that one ahead of Miles Drabwell and Charles Kershaw. First of the seeded heats, 2 Irish swimmers next to each other in 1 and 2. Evan Bailey and Caden McCarthy. Jakob Nielsen from Hovensstadens in 3. Andreas Vazios from Loughborough University. He goes in lane number 4. Jacob Greenow from University of Bath in 5. George Smith from Swim England in 6. Ben Harrison from Loughborough in 7. And Jacob Wibley from Swim England in lane number 9. Well, Andreas Vazios will certainly be one of the favourites for this one. Olympic swimmer for Greece. And also a former European champion back in 2016. Oh, the Greek swimmer, very much the class of this field. Jacob Greenow right alongside him though. Leading 2. Vazios and Greenow. Vazios going through 56.71. Halfway point, holding on well on the breaststroke, coming through pretty well up in lane number 7 there. Ben Harrison pulling himself through into 3rd position. The top 2 away and clear. 132.32 for Vazios. Certainly making sure of that place in the top 8. You want a centre lane. Some big names to come in the following 2 heats. Here we are, 201.83. Greenow in 204.38 and Ben Harrison in 206.70. So result is confirmed there. It's a comfortable win at the end there for Andreas Vazios. Jacob Green out in second and Ben Harrison in third position. Start list for the 8th heat of the 9 heats of this men's 200 metres individual medley. Marcos Martin Berguilo from Spain in 1. Thomas Payne from City of Manchester Aquatic in 2. Angus Allison, Stirling University in 3. There's no Joe Litchfield, but we do have James McFadden in lane 5. Igor Suvarov in lane 6. Evan Jones from Millfield in lane 7. And Alejandro Villarejo Prades from Spain in lane number 8. James McFadden taking advantage of that missing lane in lane number 4. We were due to have Joe Litchfield take the start. No Joe Litchfield here. McFadden really kind of dominating this one as they go through it. Litchfield and McFadden are the only ones under the 2-minute mark, so McFadden all on his own there. No surprise to see him ahead of the field. It's pretty slightly slower than that previous heat, but of course everyone swims the medley slightly differently. Their strengths. People coming back on McFadden now as they go through the breaststroke. Everybody kind of queuing up behind him. He's still going to maintain the lead, but it's going to be nothing like the advantage he had at the end of the backstroke. Angus Allison now just about a second behind him. Angus Allison in lane number 3 with that kind of pink cap. Can he hold on to try and force his way into that A final? Important for him to get in ahead of Thomas Payne in lane number 2. But here comes James McFadden. He is in 204.68. Angus Allison is in second ahead of Marcos Martin Berguilo. McFadden takes that one in 204.68. As we go into the final heat of this morning's session. Oh, we have in lane number 1, Arbadell Gonzalez Alvarez from Spain. We have Robbie Jones from Loughborough University going in lane 2. William Riley from University of Bath in 3. Duncan Scott goes in lane number 4 for Stirling University. Tom Dean from Bath goes in lane number 5. Oliver O'Halloran from Derwentside goes in 6. We have Lewis Maxwell from University of Bath in lane number 7. And Tony Joe Tritt Oliver, who goes for Stirling University in lane number 8. Well, Duncan Scott and Tom Dean, as we said earlier, had that great tussle in Tokyo in the 200 freestyle. Duncan Scott had excellent games in Tokyo, taking the silver medal in those Tokyo Games in this event, the 200 metres individual medley. Tom Dean, well, I remember Tom Dean swimming in this event a few years ago, swimming here in Edinburgh as well, at the British Championships, and winning a couple of IM events. First time that kind of some of his first big races were in individual medley. Tom Dean, the 200 and 400 individual medley, has gone on, of course, with incredible success in the 200 freestyle. Duncan Scott now stretching away from Tom Dean. The two swimmers who were in that gold medal winning relay team in Tokyo. Duncan Scott just looking really smooth in the closing stages. Tom Dean coming back all the way, but it is 203.40 for Duncan Scott. Tom Dean looks like in second place, yeah, and William Riley in third. So Tom Dean, Tom Dean, I think, probably on the same time as the previous heat there, yeah, with James McFadden, equal fourth position. It's Andreas Fazios will lead the way. Duncan Scott in second, Jacob Greenow in third position. As we see the swimmers there who have managed to force their way into the top 8 positions. And as we go through the final results of this morning, that is the final swimming action that we have seen once this result has wrapped. And we're not too far away from the next session here in Edinburgh, which is due to start just in, well, less than an hour, almost 37 minutes at 12:30. So just time for a quick break, quick cup of tea, and back for the second session. Remember these results from this morning's events, all provisional results, because the swimmers in this afternoon's events will have a chance to challenge those times and force their way into a final this evening. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your session this morning. It's setting things up really well for the finals tonight. Can anyone squeeze their way into another swim this afternoon session? Well, we're going to find out very shortly. Coverage begins in around about half an hour. We'll see you then. Bye for now.